What is going on, folks? What's going on, people? It's Tazai Shango Ray. Says there's nobody here. Well, come on in. Come on in. Don't be ashamed. Come on in. Happy Freak Off Friday. It's Freak Off Friday. Okay. Now, if I get anybody on here, I'm going to be very shocked. Only because it's late. Holy shit. Libra Lay, Aaron Velasquez, and Carmen Webb. How you doing there? Salute, everybody. Welcome. Y'all are up late. I'm proud of you. Siddhar Agathiar. Bet you I got your name like spot the fuck on, right? How you doing there? Namaste. I have some information to give. I got some serious motherfucking jewels, okay? I got some serious shit to drop. So you might want to get a pen or a paper or refer back to this broadcast when you have the chance. PG Deaconess Glenn, what's going on? Where's your big church hat? Where's your big church hat, yo? Whoever is on here are very, yeah, they are. Yes, they are. I have the best fam. I don't give a shit what anybody say as far as how good their fam is. I know I share fam with certain people. That's okay too. You know. Point is that you get the information. I might do some card pulls. I don't know, because it's 10:13 already, and I do have shit to do. But this message that I have to get out, this information that I have to disseminate, it's like the bubble guts when you're in traffic. You're like, you got to get it out. Okay, so it's like that. Soul therapy. Tara, what's cracking with you? Yeah. So I got to get it out. You know what I'm saying? I have to get it out. But I'm just going to wait a second. I know some people like to start, immediately when the camera rolls, but I don't like, if y'all happen to join me and you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So I'm just giving it a second here, but gives me a chance to say hello to you, you know what I'm saying? And see what's good with you, see what's happening. APG, are those your bubble gut eyes? If I have some time, I'll do a couple pulls. Who knows? Maybe it's just going to be us five in here. You know what I mean? Because it is late. I know it's late. Full transparency, today I woke up at 6 p.m. my time. So that's probably like 9 p.m. your time. Okay? But I went to sleep at like 10 in the morning. Marius Balazar Rosenberg Halansky. Can you have a longer name, sir? You need to be some form of Hispanic. Okay? With that fucking kind of name. You need to be one of us. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Yeah. Oh, how are you though, Marius? Good to see you. Just to touch on something that you asked me, 6:15 a.m. See, he's an early riser in the UK. You asked me about Pombagira. Yeah, I am very familiar with Pombagira. Actually, nobody knows, this is my Pombagira Eshu Pombagira piece. Everybody thinks it's something else, but that's actually who this is for. You know what I'm saying? Spanish would be you know what? Yeah, Europeans, or I don't want to say Europeans. I don't want to like misclassify, but I just know people that live in that area that are around a bunch of different countries. They speak 4, 5, 6, 7 languages. Over here, we're lucky to speak one. We can't even speak one right. I marvel at that shit. You got motherfuckers that know French, Portuguese, Italian, Spanish, maybe some Arabic or some type of Russian shit. I don't know. Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. I would like to be that international, have that, I am an international man. You know what I'm saying? I need that international tongue to go with it so I can rattle off my isms and schisms in some foreign bitch's ear, smoothly. Okay. So yeah. Anyhow, I think we're going to get into it now since it's 5 minutes and we done dwindled down to 3. It says, hey, you know what? I don't care. As long as information get out, I know people will watch it when they get a chance. So I'm not worried about it. But as some of you know, we have a one-of-a-kind opportunity, okay? It's called the Your Roads Open ritual. Okay, one of the first premises that I want to say about this is your road's already open. If you're experiencing some form of a traffic jam or an accident in your life on the road that you're on now, I have great news for you. Your road's already open. You're just on the wrong road, okay? We're going to cover all that real fast. But the question that I'd like to pose for those who have done road open type of work for themselves or had it done for them, if you've partaken in any kind of road open ritual work, my first question is, when you get into such a ritual, if you do such a working, where is your road headed to? Where's it going? Because correct me if I'm wrong, but a road in this sense, it means to have a particular, or not even particular, a specific destination, right? Or a specific target, or destinations and targets. Maybe you have multiple along the way. The way I visualize it, your road is encompassed with different points, different stops that you make, right? But where are you going? Because it's been my experience when working with people, it's like trying to chisel something out of rock to get to the juice, to get to what the brass tacks of shit is, as I always like to say. That's my saying. Get to the brass tacks of shit. What is it for you, right? So the equivalent that I've seen would be, if you was to get in your car, you grab your phone to type in your GPS and you say, east side, north side. What would your GPS tell you? Probably say, bitch, what? Deaconess, schmaggy. I want a forest of money trees. That's the beginning. That's the beginning. You know what? Show me where that forest is. Give me the coordinates. So you may want to take a piece of paper, because I'm not going to be on here long, but what I'm going to give to you here is the difference that's going to make a difference for you, okay? We cannot just shirk our own personal responsibility to some spell or ritual, even if we are doing the spell or ritual or we're having it done for us or whatever. It was never meant to play that part. It's meant to complement, a specific intention or outcome or purpose. Specific, okay? If you do not have that part of the equation. Hey, Quinita Watson, thank you so much. Namaste. Yeah, so if you do not have that part, then the rest of the spells, rituals, even the actions that come afterwards can be very fuzzy. It can be very frustrating. And if you lack patience, you're probably just going to quit. You're going to get off your path, okay? So one thing that I want to bring to your attention is, Your RAS clot, your RAS, your RAS, your reticular activating or activation system. This is located somewhere in the stem of your brain cell, or your brain stem, excuse me, hypothalamus. This is the faculty that when you go and buy a car, say you buy a red Toyota of a certain kind, you start to notice all the red Toyotas, okay? Your particular RAS now may be picking up on angel numbers and all that. That's part of the reasons why you see them. If you notice, I'm going to use angel numbers as an example. For me, I love them because they're so surprising. I don't consciously go out looking for angel numbers. But I'll be goddamned if I'm not at the right place at the right time. Maybe I walk up to a corner and a truck rolls by with right then and there with 8888, right? Now, my reticular activating system does pay attention to signs and synchronicities, angel numbers being one, okay? So I catch it. But if you're not tuned into that, you're not going to notice it, even if it almost bitch slaps you across your face. You're going to miss it. So your reticular activating system, I like to, it's called RAS, but I've come up with another acronym for it. Redirect and seek, okay? Like a heat-seeking missile, okay? Now, one thing about a heat-seeking missile, once it locks on to the target, the destination, the intention, right? In your case, it uses the negative information, the information that is not conducive to hitting the target, to get it back. If it happens to drift off one way or another, to lock on and smack that target, hit the back of that. You know what I'm saying? Get up all in that, okay? Hitting the back of that. All the spots. That's a RAS, okay? Deaconess Mackey, I was walking through parking lot last night and there were two trucks with 888 next to each other. Quinita Watson says, interesting. I made 41 today. I'm in my 5th year in a 5-year. Oh, so there's your 555, right? See, you have to train your mind has to be given the instructions to even, or you have to even be able to think in such a way to be able to see that. Now, where most of us go wrong, I won't say wrong, but where most of us have a challenge is our RAS clot, RAS, is aimed at what can possibly go wrong. I told you the RAS is from the neurons and shit in your brainstem, right? The hypothalamus, right? The hypothalamus, correct me if I'm wrong, is also like a part of your reptilian brain. Part of your reptilian brain's function is to look out for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. All right? What could possibly eat you or kill you? Right? So you are a reptilian. You keep hearing about reptilians invading. You are a fucking reptilian. So that's the problem. We have over, somewhere around 90,000 thoughts a day. I would say maybe 90 to 95% of those are repetitive, circular, same old shit. So the percentage that isn't that, we have to utilize that. It's like the 80-20 principle, right? 80% of your benefits come from 20% of something. Now that's a rough estimation. Sometimes it can be more or less. Sometimes it could be like 70-30. Sometimes it could be fucking 99-1. That 1% is what's giving you the rest of the results, right? So in this case, you don't need to have the whole 100% to make the change. but it's where you direct. I said strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So imagine this. It's your job to paint the picture of what it is that you want, right? The strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats is the frame through which you view that. So now when you go through your life, depending on what's in this frame, that's what your mind is going to seek out. That's what your subconscious mind is going to seek out. That's what your intuition is even going to be aimed at. Okay? In essence, it is also like a GPS, but it needs to be told what to look for. And initially, folks, you're going to have to repeat yourself, maybe over and over again. Libra Lay, reptilian, another story. Yeah. Phoenix Fire, welcome. I say this because, like I said, I've had a lot of people before. Many have had tremendous results from either personal, customized road opening work or group work. But the one common denominator that I see between the haves and the have-nots in this case, now that I look back on it, they had their RAS, their RAS clock, aimed at what they want, aimed at their intention. The others, like I said, they got in their car and just put, and it's like, hey, where would you like to go? North side. Take me to the west side. What? Where? Where's that? You know what I'm saying? Shimano 5 line, peace. So again, it's the missing part. It's the difference that makes the difference. We've all heard before that when you're dealing with, it doesn't matter how you want to call it or label it, right? Any form of establishing, materializing your will in this plane can be called magic. Okay? So without a clear intention, without a clear specific direction, an outcome, the foggier that intention or outcome, the more you start just feeling like you're swinging in the dark. You don't have your hooks into something. Okay? Let's just set aside the fact that when you are very specific and clear and everything's, this whole shit just lines up, you have that like, yes, that. It does feel and appear and look like not only are you being pushed towards it, but it's pulling you towards it. It's like this combination. Okay? If you do not have that, you are not locked in. You didn't put the right address or a specific address into your GPS. Your RAS clock, your RAS, your RAS, your reticular activation system. That's literally what it's called. But you didn't put the right information in there. So my point would be, if you're doing a road opening ritual, where does your road go? You get to decide that. That's not up to anybody else. Don't sit around asking no spirit what you should do. If anything, I believe personally, this is just my opinion, that's shirking your responsibility. That's shirking your you're giving your responsibility to some deity or spirit to tell you what you should do when you are aware within your rights and wherewithal to establish that yourself, to connect with your heart, to search yourself, to find out, to discover what's already there, what it really is. Maybe you already know. Maybe it's just a matter of admitting to yourself. Maybe it's also about too that, hey, you know what? Maybe I tried to go for this before and the disappointment that I felt was too painful. So I kind of shut it off. And now I'm giving myself a hand job with other objectives that really aren't it. Maybe I can reach them a lot easier, but it's not really what I want. It's not really what I crave, what I desire. I don't know. Depends. Everybody has a different kind of thing going on. Sometimes it's a combination of all these things. Okay? But one thing that you want to do, especially for this ritual, is you definitely want to, we're going to be implementing ways, because you got to get clear on your destination, man. What are you typing in the GPS, bud? What are you typing in the GPS? You know if it's specific or not. It starts there. They say that, what did they say? The journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step. Well, that's the first one right there. That's the one. I would say that's probably the most important one. Right? That's the most important one. Because without it, you'll find yourself on the wrong road. When your GPS is straight, when your Rasklot is straight, you might be headed down this road. This is my open road. My open road may consist of several roads. My open road means my GPS, my Rasklot, is saying, hey, we're going to reroute you because there's a fucking accident over there. And on this one, there's traffic up to fucking Yin Yang, up to Wazoo. You're going to be sitting there for an hour. We're going to save you an additional 20 minutes on your trip on top of that. That's a real road open ritual for you. I don't know what the fuck anybody else is talking about, but that's what we're doing here. GPS me to that money tree for us. That sounds conceptual to me, you know. It can be real. You know what I'm saying? It can be real. GGK. I remember that night we had a bunch of GGs here. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. The invasion of GGs. Anyways. So what have we learned already so far? Okay. You gotta figure out what the hell you're gonna put in your GPS, man. Nobody wants to do that shit though. A lot of people, it's frustrating, man. Don't get me wrong. I like taking your money. I do. Because I know I'm doing my part on my end. But it's empty a lot of times. Not a lot of times, but sometimes. Because I'm one of those kind of dreamer people where I want everybody to hit. And I know that statistically, that's just not going to happen. Everybody's in their own space, at their own place, at their own pace. And I have to accept that. No matter how good my shit could be for you or for whoever, if you're not ready for it, if you don't do any of the follow-up and even the minimal prep, such as figuring out what the fuck you want to really put in your GPS, being honest with yourself. A lot of people keep themselves so busy they don't have a chance to do that. How in the fuck are you ever going to reach that? So what do you recommend I do to start working? Yeah, I'll message you on that, Marius. Prophetess Vance. She never Prophetess Vance's aim is, in this context, Librele, I'm going to say I agree with you on that. I'm going to say I agree with you on that, you know. And it is frustrating because I know my heart, like, I want everybody to get the most out of it. You know, and I can easily diagnose sometimes if somebody says, well, hey, I only have minimal results or whatever. Once I start asking them questions and they start answering them, it's like, do I got to come over there, jump in your fucking head and establish what it is that we want? That's your job. Motherfucker, that's your job. You know what I'm saying? Is Papa Shanguito supposed to do everything? And hold your hand and coddle you? Fuck that. I assume we're already at a certain, I don't want to say level, but I just assume we're at a certain place in our lives, within ourselves, to be able to do some of the, I mean, it is basic. I know that sometimes it's not easy though, because you may have, you know, different things around that, what it is that you really want. that you don't want to face because it's uncomfortable, might be painful. I get that. I get that. I firmly believe, though, that everybody here knows what it is that they want, and even to the point where they may know what to do. Okay. I really do. I think we all do, you know. There's enough, and if we don't, I mean, shit, you got something in your hand that you watching me on, more than likely. You can find out anything through this fucking thing. Anything. So it's not a question about information or lack thereof. So if it's not that, then what is it? What's stopping you from pulling the trigger? Well, it just so happens that this Your Roads Open ritual has another component to it. At the very end, Papa Shanguito headed to them railroad tracks. When I go to them railroad tracks, it's either for one or two things. It's for some type of boom shot clearing, or I'm fucking somebody up. Or number three, just, hey, thanks, man. Appreciate your work. Leaving something here. This is for you. But in this case, we're gonna be doing some clearance, some major fucking. We're talking about C4. Okay, the bridge has got C4 on it. Not the bridge, but the obstructions. We got C4 lined up on them. Okay. I'm gonna take a brief pause here from my fucking thing. Everything about self-care and self-love. It is refreshing to hear you tell people they need self-control and self-discipline. I mean, we all do. That's inseparable. If you think you're gonna accomplish, create anything of real value and worth, whether that be within yourself, whether that be externally, without self-discipline, even some, I get it. We all have lazy sides. I could be a lazy motherfucker, okay? When I have my celebration days, because I don't cheat, I give that self-discipline a rest. You can even self-discipline yourself too much, right? But you have to be able to, you gotta start, that's indispensable. That must be cultivated. I can use more of it too. You know what I'm saying? We all could. I'm not perfect by fucking any means. Any means. Tawana Van says, I had to deal with a fucker that thought I was supposed to go out of my way. I was like, damn, I directed you to the info. If you can't hit a link, then stay stuck. Yeah, I know. There's a lot of learned, and it's getting worse, and it's on purpose, I believe, because this is like the psychological warfare aspect of what's going on on this fucking planet. Learned helplessness. There's a lot of that. There's a whole fucking lot of that. And it seeps into every almost facet of our reality, especially if you're online and shit. Like, the shit I'm witnessing on social media is just incredible. Like the censorship, like all that shit, everybody being so fucking butthurt about every little fucking thing. This whole thing is just, it's, I'll say it like this. It's amazing, okay? It's amazing. It's amazing. And I'm like, wow. But all of this just goes to reinforce the learned helplessness. So it's up to us individually to say, hey, you know what? Fuck that. Fuck that. To hold ourselves accountable, to hold ourselves responsible. And then, like I said, when you take responsibility, for example, let's just say you're doing a road opener for your particular intention. or intentions. Because a road opener can have, most of the time it's about a whole kind of vibe too. And this vibe includes different bullet points that you want to see materialize or you want to experience. When you take responsibility for that, it's not about shaming yourself because you didn't do it before. It's just about, hey, you know what? I know better from right here, right now. So I'm going to start changing my behavior. I'm going to start doing even the smallest things. The smallest little things really do add up. And I'm just saying, don't get vexed because it seems like you got this huge thing to do. Nah, chunk it down. Chunk it down. Chunk it down. You got to chunk it down. But anyways, my main point here, getting in your face, because the pimp's place is in your face, okay? My main point, as we move closer to the closing of the door and the actual commencement of this ritual, because I want this shit to be nuclear bombs for you. So I'm going to do everything in my power, but at the same time from a place of detachment, because I cannot control what anybody else does, nor do I want to. I'm only interested in controlling this guy, okay? Is the importance, like, once again, get your GPS right. Get your GPS right, and this shit is going to be a magical adventure for you. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. That's truly what have you ever wanted have you ever wanted something for somebody else so bad, but they didn't? And I don't know, maybe you reached a point where you're like, you know what? Hey, maybe it's especially if those of you with children, at some point in time, man, especially if they're adults now, you got to do this. Like my mom says, sometimes you gotta sit back and let life happen. There's a time to just fucking take your hands off of it, let life happen. That's all you could do. GGK says self-accountability is everything. Just simply understanding that we have about 90% of control of how things go in our lives can change so much for the better. Preach, Papa. Right, thank you. Well, okay, yeah. I mean, we're speaking the same thing. It's the truth. It's the truth. Notice I'm not on here trying to say, snake oil. I'm not promising I'm gonna fucking wave my dick around and boom, there it goes, wish granted. Like, and I'm not saying at some point in time that necessarily cannot happen, okay? But I'm just saying to have the proper foundation, a way of thinking. When you approach something, have you ever looked at how you're thinking about it and through which you're viewing it? That's important. These are right here, this shit right here that I got in my hand that you can't see. These are called filters. And we look at our lives through these filters. And some of us have really fucked up filters. Now, the tricky part about them is they're like a contact lens because you forget that you're looking through a filter. So you start to take what you see based on this filter as the law. This is just how it is for you. Prophetess Bent says, if you got any questions, thank you so much, Prophetess Bent. Yeah, it's true that. You can always hit me, see what's going on. But yeah, I really want, especially my Sorcerer's Corner members, I want the world, the moon, and the stars for you. No bullshit. And I'm going to do everything that I possibly can on my end. Magically, that's already that's a given. That's going to happen. That's going to be there. The good thing is when you do certain spells, rituals, whatever type of work you do, if you're not getting the results you want, the way I view things is there's this kind of cosmic equity. So sometimes when you start making these changes, as like I'm talking here, even just in the way that you view things, in the way that you think, in your whole thinking process. It starts to unlock shit. And shit from this cosmic that's like seems to be trapped in this equity starts coming to you. You'll notice you start manifesting shit that's like, damn, I remember I was like casting for this. I couldn't get this shit when my life depended on it. But now it's just fucking literally almost falling in my lap. Some of these things just literally almost want to fall in your lap. Some, there's a process involved. Why? Because there's development. The goal itself, the intention itself gets you to kind of embark and partake in your own metamorphosis. It's a beautiful fucking thing. Remember this. Too much too soon ain't good. If some of you got the whole scope of whatever you're intending tomorrow, it would fuck you up because you're not ready for it. And also, to keep certain things in our lives or whatever, you have to become familiar with it. So in other words, it almost has to become like old news. It's cool. I'm very thankful for it, but I'm not all excited about it. If I was all super excited about it, that would mean it's abnormal, that it's not a normal time. How many times has something really great, fantastic happen for you? And you said to yourself, or you said, oh my God, I can't believe it. You just snitched on yourself. You just languaged it out right now. That's the fucking problem. Ah, shut up. Hallelujah. Huh? Hallelujah. Kate, Van, Marie, what's popping with you? Marius says, also important to be practical. No matter how much magic you might do, you won't get a fish to climb a tree. You know, I'm going to add one caveat just because, like, my childlike sorcerer inside, I believe anything is possible. Probable? Yeah, I agree. I can agree with that. But then sometimes some of us are bogged down because we're too practical. Our practicality binds us. Because if we truly live in this matrix, yes, there are laws, and there are laws that all of us have co-signed to, right? We all agreed on this thing called gravity, right? To some degree, on some level, on some density, right? Just different shit. I know there's things in your mind that will filter out. Like if you literally saw somebody flying through the air, it would probably fry your system. You might not even, your mind might say, we can't process this shit. What is that? You know, and it might just filter it out. That's probably also why we can't see certain things that are here. They're just at a different frequency. For example, if I woke up with a body like Bruce Lee, yet didn't maintain his fitness routine, I'd end up looking like Jabba the Hutt. Correct. Correct. That's why a lot of these people, remember, I don't know if you remember, like back in the, when were they popular? Like, especially like in the 90s, I think people were getting their stomachs tied, or they put that ring around your stomach. So your stomach could only hold so much food, you know, so you had to lose weight. And once all that was over with, a lot of them would balloon back up again, you know, because it's not coming from a person who is that. Okay, now you're starting to talk my old exercise and what is it? Not metaphors, analogies. I find so much about the spirit world that is mirrored in shit like exercise or martial arts or things like that, you know. And you're right. You have to be that person. The lap band. Okay. Yeah, the lap band. There you go. There you go. There you go. You know, K. Van Marie says, no discipline or patience. You know what? If you are just somebody who does that shit, then technically that ain't even discipline anymore. That's just who you are. right? If you've habitualized, let's say, eating a certain way, doing certain things to the point where I don't feel right if I don't do this shit. Now that's your identity. So you really don't even need discipline in that sense. Yeah, there might be days where I really don't feel like doing this shit. But you say, you know what? Fuck that. We're going to work out, you little bitch. Let's do it. Okay? Whatever. Mia May, shout out. Hey, was almost asleep. And I saw you were live. That's right. Get your ass in here. K. Van Marie. Exactly. Second nature. True. And I'm going to add to what you just said. Black Widow, what's up? Smack and cheese. The discipline part and all of that does play a good part, especially at the beginning. Or another way of saying it, when shifting identities, right? Because there's an interim that occurs sometimes. And yeah, that's where your discipline is going to kick in to establish a habit. Especially when you're establishing a habit, that's when you really got to use that discipline. Because if you slacken on your macking during that part, then that's when you're liable to just kick it out, you know? So you have to stick with it for a bit of time until it's habitualized. And then once it's habitualized, you know, yeah, you can miss a day. I might miss one, but I don't miss two. I might slip up a little bit, but I get right the fuck back on track because you're going to slip up. You're a human. You know, you're having a human experience, right? Part of that is fucking up. Or you know, you're gonna have your days where, hey, you know, whatever. But you get back on track. If you do that while you're creating the habit, you're not going to end up finishing. That one day is going to turn into a week. It's just going to turn into Never Never Land, right? Lolita la Negra. I am chocolate cake. Hey, Mia May, let me tell you something, okay? On my celebration days, on my hey, you did a good job day, you get to fucking embrace sure and a fat ass days. On my days, let me tell you what I do. I'll go buy a box of Ghirardelli chocolate, dark chocolate chip brownie mix. Okay? Step one. Step two, I'll get a big ass soup cup. I'll pour about half that in the soup cup. And I'll pour just enough water in there. No eggs. I don't need no eggs. I don't need no oil. And then stir it up till it's a nice thick paste. You following me? So now I have this Ghirardelli delectiveness in this soup cup. Then I'll take some Chips Ahoy. I don't know, 2-3 handfuls, whatever I feel. Blue bag cut, all right? Crumple them up into my soup cup. I'll take some Kit Kats. Yeah. I want some Kit Kats. Crumple them up in there too. Last time I also added some chocolate animal crackers. Yeah. Okay. And then, just to make it a little healthy, I have some delicious whey protein, chocolate. I put that in there too. I stirred that shit up and I sat there and watched my favorite movie and ate that. Basically fucking heaven in my mouth. And I can even go further than that. I will amaze you. I will fucking amaze you. You'll be like, dude, how are you still alive? You should be in a diabetic coma. I'm supernatural. But you know what? Next day, back to business. You know, because I know what's going to happen if I keep doing that shit. um, when you showed all those baked goods you ate that night, I was like, damn, that was nothing. I actually went back to Walgreens and got more. I got them M&Ms in the red bag. You know what I'm talking about? Oh yeah, I got some cupcakes. I'm telling you, man, I got it bad. I'm a chocoholic. I get it from my mama. You know what I'm saying? Shit, like, okay, there was a question though. There's a lot of good shit here I missed, I think. Marius says, initially it seems difficult, then it becomes a part of your natural routine, like brush. Exactly. Okay. Lolita, this is a good question. This is why I want to come back to you. And plus, I like your thumbnail. That's a dope picture or drawing or something. How can a person have more patience and faith, especially with magic? I'm going to sum this up, okay? And I pray that you get it, you know. This is just coming from my personal experience. This is how Papa Shankito has had to, I've had to, in order to find this information, I went through a lot of shit, okay? So, for one, patience is not waiting. I've spoken on this before. Imagine you knew for a fact that you have $100,000 check coming, certified. The fucking Brinks truck is going to pull up to deliver it to you. There's no way this shit is not getting to you, but it's going to be here next week. You might, because of your excitement, experience some impatience or whatever, but you know it's coming. It's based on that knowing. So you can be patient, you know? Let's say you get some stupid charge on your debit or bank card. You're like, okay, you know, I know what I got coming. So I'm not even worried about it. It's already mine. It literally is already yours. It already has your name on it. It just hasn't materialized yet to a form in which you can utilize it, which you can use it. But it's yours already, right? Versus you're hoping and praying that somehow, some way, maybe somebody, some distant family member died, and hopefully there's a check on the way, you know, and you're sitting around impatiently. You're just basically managing your impatience. That's like what waiting is. In my opinion, when you know something, like it's already done. No, it may not be happening just yet, but I know it to the point where I don't even actually need it to happen. That's patience. That's patience. Okay? There's a lot of different ways one might be able to get to that place within themselves. A lot of times it's just letting go of what's not that also. Some of us are waiting for a situation to change so we can feel a certain way. I'm here to tell you, you want that shit to change? You want it to stay changed? Your challenge that has been placed before you is, can you love that shit right now? Can you have that feeling without having the external circumstance, person, situation, whatever, give it to you? Because it technically, nothing can give you a feeling. You give yourself a feeling. That's mastery. If you can do that, you've mastered, you won. You won. Lolita, I hope that answers your question, or at least gives something to chew on as far as that goes. I've been skipping my manifesting. I would disagree with you, Smack. I'd say that you're still manifesting. You're just probably maybe manifesting what you don't want. Man, when you showed all those, okay, hold on. You have to just know. I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, KV and Marie. It really is hard to translate that shit, man, because it's experiential, and some experiences just really don't have words for it. I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna get a little free, since it's Freak Off Friday. Figure I'll speak to you in a way that you can understand. Think of the first time that you experienced an orgasm, right? Someone could have talked to you and told you and explained to you what it was. You could have maybe seen a movie in which the bitch in the movie was apparently having one. But until you had one, until the moment you had one, your life was one way. Once you had an orgasm, your life was forever changed in knowing. You were like, right, this is what it's about. Now, maybe, maybe you have it. I don't know. There's more than likely it happened at your own hand first. Okay. But there's that moment. There's before and then there's after. It's one of them type of things. Been good. Haven't been here for me. Yeah, you've been slipping. DJ, what's going on? Then you can tell the person, girl, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I have to hold the phone because my stand is like wiggling when I'm trying to. I don't want to press nothing that I don't want to press. True, it's the expectations that be getting me. I put too much on them. Yeah, yeah, yeah. For you, Black Widow, I would suggest go to my videos. And I just posted one maybe, I think it was, I don't know, a couple of days ago. I'm wearing a black tank top. And I give you a very simple way. Matter of fact, I'll just tell you right here since you're fucking here, right? Depending on how you create, okay, having your intention in mind, right? And you'll notice you may start to feel real fucking jittery because you're putting too much on it. You need it, right? So to kind of quell that, to get away from that, I say, what is your plan B? Not that we're going to focus, we're not going to need a plan B, but something to give your conscious mind, because your conscious mind does not like having no answer. When it asks you, bitch, what are we going to do? And you're said, don't worry, just have faith. That's not going to cut it for your conscious mind. Your conscious mind goes, bitch, what are you talking about? What language are you speaking? We don't speak that shit over here. We speak logic. We speak five senses. What are we going to do? You got to have something to give it. It may not be what you want. And it even has to be to the point where, hey, if this doesn't work out or I don't get this, then I'm going to do this. And even if I don't like it, I'm still going to go for that. But I'm going to go this way. I'm going to do this. What you do is you end up silencing that thing. You fucking stick a nipple in it. Its mouth. I call it the negligent parent technique. Okay. My analogy that I used in the video was when you have like this plan B, that's actually a false plan B, you're tricking your mind fucking yourself on Freak Off Friday. Is that what you're doing? Okay. You give the conscious mind the iPad and the pack of Doritos and you say, okay, you little bastard, go play over there while daddy does his work. All right. You're able to satisfy. Now it has an answer. It may have to come back. Wait. What are we going to do? Here, I told you, take the fucking iPad. Take the Doritos. Go over there. Leave me the fuck alone. Okay? Go play. Go play. That's how you get out of your own way. That's just one way. I'm not saying it's the only way, but it's worked for me. M has very successful meaning. Not the nipple. Yeah, the nipple. Yes, the nipple. Yeah. Well, don't just watch it smack Widow. Do it. Then you can tell the person, oh, yeah. Cool Ranch. Yeah, Cool Ranch. The blue bag of Doritos. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, Cool Ranch. Whatever kind you want, okay? You can even get the sriracha kind, okay? Whatever that little motherfucker wants, give it to him, all right? Also, you're going to do what's necessary to get to the end of the tunnel. I had to cut so many toxic people before I started receiving things that were meant for me. Yep. Because what happens when you end up having toxic people, if you're really getting your frequency going, you're going to stop talking to them just automatically by way of like, I'm not going to be sharing this with you, or you, because I already know you're going to just try and put salt in my shit. Like, and I don't need your input for one. That's number one. I don't need your input. This shit's going down. All right. It's going down. I don't need your permission. I don't need your approval. I don't care what you think. I don't need your opinion. None of that shit. Period. Nacho cheese or sweet chili. Oh, we hitting spots here today, folks. On the nachos, on the Dorito tip. Yeah, exactly. Mia May. I'm hungry now. Shit. What's up, Birdie? It's the riots for the win. So yeah, where is your road going? Where's your road going? Get on track. I'm back on break now. I'm having mangoes with sriracha sauce for breakfast. Yay. Actually, that sounds pretty fucking good, to be honest with you. Yeah, I told you, food's an indulgent, you know? Food's an indulgent. But indulge in your motherfucking intention, man. Indulge in your magic. What are you going to do? Like, what is it that what are you putting in the GPS? God damn it. Let me say it for the fifth time. Okay? What are you putting in the GPS? Where's it going? Where do you want it to go? You get that part straight, and you come to Papa Shanghito and sign up for the Your Roads Open Ritual, and we're going to show you how to fucking do this thing. All right? Think of food, crave food, we get food. For real. About to go raid my... Yeah. I done fucking mind controlled you. Abundancia, says Marius. Let me say it one more time. Abundancia. You sound like one of them radio announcers and shit. Riqueza. Get your dose, Birdie. Pick a vein or a place, get your dose. It's that simple. It's simplico. Okay, I don't even know if that's a fucking word. But it is now. Why? Because I made it a word. Prosperidad. Yeah, see? Now we're talking. Now we are talking. Soul Therapy said I got pulled over twice in one day for bullshit. Then my protection talisman broke. You know, let me introduce something else to that. Just as off-brand shit. Like, how do we know that just by the fact that you got pulled over saved you from maybe a fatal accident that would have happened had you kept going on your way? See, I think about shit. That's one of my gifts is like, here's the thing. And I can pick different points of perspectives. I can jump perspectives. If you were here, I'd jump in your body. I could see and feel where you are at. Caught an else at so, yep. In my case, I would say that's a dub. It's a dub. Could possibly be a dub that you didn't even know about. And here you are calling it an L. Where's your GPS going? I can, Mia. I definitely can. Now, since it's Freak Off Friday, don't make me abuse my powers, okay? I don't want to abuse my powers, man. Birdie boo. So, where's your GPS going? Just take that. Just at least get that. And there's different things that you can do. I'm going to be giving some tips out to those who are in the who are participating via being a Sorcerer's Corner member, because gold members and above, y'all get the whole works. Like I said, I'm doing it actually for them first and foremost. They are my priority. Y'all, some of y'all in here, my priority. And yes, even you scragglers are my priority too, if you choose to make yourself one. If you choose to make yourself my priority, I accept responsibility for that as being my priority. Thought of that change, but then my necklace broke, and now I'm just wondering. Well, you get to pick. You get to see how you see it. You know? You get to see how you want to see it. Oh, snaps. Nah, you guys are fam, though. Like I said, y'all are extended family, you know, but there is a pecking order here. Some of y'all might be kind of more the red-haired, freckle-faced stepchild, though. You know what I'm saying? You're still fam. You're just my red-haired stepchild yet. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Like shit. You know, they are amazing. So like they're my first, but anyways, that's what even gave me the idea for it. That's what the inspiration in Spiritu came from, you know? And then it's like it just started downloading, and I'm like, oh, there's others that need this shit. I know it, like, especially where we're at right now and with what's going to be happening. Oh, I don't know, 6 to 12 months. Shit's about to get real. So I'm saying you want to have your spiritual shit tight, on point, you know, and things can be going fucked up for a lot of people around you and even in this world, but it doesn't have to be fucked up for you. Oh yeah, the red hair, the ginger, yeah, Prophetess Vets. Yeah, the ginger. Yeah. So I mean, I got love for the gingers too. You know what I'm saying? In the fam, the gingers of the fam. I got love for y'all too. You know what I'm saying? Shit. I got love for y'all too. Shit. Don't get it fucked up. But yeah, so just so you know, if you join this ritual, we're going to be giving you some things, and I'm going to be prescribing that everybody have a notebook just for this particular ritual. No, you don't got to do all kinds of writing, but just do a little something. Just a little something. That's what Kevin Samuel says. Yeah. What is it, Bertie? You like the roll of the tongue, huh? Is that what you like? So, where is your road going? Only you can answer that, man. I understand if sometimes, you know, somebody, because I've had people come to me and say, well, what is my purpose? You know, and oftentimes I'll get in the ass about it. I'll say, you know what, that's actually your part. That's actually for you to say. But I'll see what I come up with, maybe what comes through. You know, and sometimes actually it's pretty fucking close. But I have a feeling that it's already what they knew. You know what I'm saying? It ain't some weird, crazy shit like, wait, what? But, you know, sometimes you may be peeking into their timeline, you know, and seeing what is really, how it's really going to unfold for them based on how they're going. And to them right now, like I said, I use myself as an example, because if you would have asked me shit 10 years ago, hey, you know, you're going to be doing this, and that, and the other, I'd have said, yeah, you're fucking crazy. You are fucking crazy. Was actually a redhead, but not gingery. Who said that? My grandma was actually, yeah, yeah. Or you get those, like, I don't know what it is. I used to always marvel at this shit. But you can have a dude blacker than my shoes, and he'll bag a German bitch, and that motherfucker's gonna come out bright as fuck with some like blue eyes and some like super blonde fucking curly hair and shit. And I'm like, it's just no conquering that German shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. Scrooge McDuck money pool. Hey, I heard that. I'll take a dip in that right now. Shit. Matter of fact, I'm dipping in that right now in my mind. I'm dipping. I'm getting paper cuts, so you know what I'm saying. But it's okay. It is all right. I accept these paper cuts. You know what I'm saying? Shit. It's done, man. Some of this also for you who have this problem where you feel like you gotta bite your nails and you just get impatient. You gotta learn to relax into right now and understand this. Everything is being orchestrated for you. As long as you're on point and you're not getting in your own way, because you are allowed to get in your own way. But as long as you're on point, everything is being orchestrated for you, which means so much shit behind the scenes that you don't even understand has to be moved and you know, like I said, arranged for you. You entitled little shit, just because it ain't happening on your time, how you think it should go. You spoiled fuck. I say that with love. But you get what I'm saying. Shit. Gotta learn to relax and to trust that. You can't have patience without trust either. When you don't have patience and you're just waiting, you're demonstrating that you don't trust anything that's going on. And without trust, what the fuck you gonna get? What the fuck you gonna get? You're gonna get some really mixed up, mashed up, fucking half-assed shit. The results, whatever those results are, whatever those results are for you. One of my uncles had a daughter with a burly chick. Thank goodness she looks like a light-skinned female version of him. No, you know, I mean, look, I'm not even gonna start to touch on that because there's like different forms of light skin, right? There's your light brown skin, okay? There's your red bones, okay? There's your yellow bones, all right? And then you just got like without that hair, you would not know this motherfucker was black type shit, you know? They're like pale as fuck, you know? They may have like a tint, like that much, okay? And it's like you see their dad, and their dad is like this color. I'm like, damn, bro, and you from Africa, and you couldn't conquer that shit. Them German genes, man. I'm telling you, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. One of my uncles, yeah, I just read that. Yeah, we gotta flow with that shit. But while you're flowing, you need to know where you're going. Fucking bars, man. Can someone? I can't reach. Can someone pat me on the back? Because I can't reach. Spiders are my spirit animal. When I see them, they let me know to be patient. My dad's stepdad was Tatar minority. Huh? Tatar. Central Asian Muslim. Looked Chinese. Spoke Polish. And 6 other languages. His kids and grandkids all look Chinese. Mia May says I'm Swedish, so I could go either way. Yeah. Okay. Oh, you a Swede, Mia May? I didn't know that. I don't have anything snappy to say in Swedish. I'm not entertaining your shenanigans. Yeah. Anyways, it's 11:20 now. I think I'm going to excuse myself. I was going to do reads, but instead we just talk some shit. Okay. So what I'll probably end up doing is coming back on and we can do some reads. Or maybe I'll do some reads tomorrow, just at least spirit card pulls or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, me either. I'm American. So yeah. So that's what we're gonna do, folks. But I really wanted to get this out. It's really important, man. It's really, really important. Whether you choose to get down with this Your Road's Open ritual, because it's already open. It's already open. Okay? It's already open. You just been on the wrong road. That's okay. We all get off track from time to time. All right? Some of us more time than others. Mexican cafe con leche girl was born here. I was born here. All right. But I forgot my point. I forgot my point. It's time for me to get sweaty, y'all. I had a moment earlier. I didn't go to sleep till 10 this morning, man. And then I was like, before I went to bed, I was like, oh, fuck it. I went over to Starbucks, got a hot chocolate, right? Then I went to the grocery store and I got a chocolate mousse cake. Throw that in there too, just because. Just because. Like, that time. A little bit of a something. Since mid 2018, I see 2 ravens every day. That's good. That's good. All right. So, y'all, get it together. No matter what it is that you're doing, no matter what it is that you're doing, or who you're doing it with, or whether you're doing it by yourself, okay? Put your GPS right. Get your GPS right. Get your ROS clock right. It's important. What's the sad face for, KV and Marie? What's some sad faces for? Get your GPS right. It's going to be very important tapping into your purpose. Even if right now your purpose has multi elements to it and you're only aware of one, so fucking what? Roll with your shit. Boston cream. But why was you? What's the sad face for? What happened? Night. Oh, stank. I gotta come back for that. Yeah, tomorrow I'll be on earlier. Tomorrow I'll be getting on earlier. She's like, TikTok. Profit is best. Good. Usually I'm gonna start having my phone. I'm just gonna set my alarm so when it goes off, it's like I know, okay, I have a 5-minute grace period after that alarm goes off, and then I got to go. All right. I'm sorry, but I have to remove my presence from okay. Boston cream. Yuck. In the air. I'm putting this one. In the air. Thank you. I appreciate that. I've actually had to take a little break from that myself, but I will live vicariously to you, KV. So go ahead and collapse that motherfucking lungs in the most euphoric way possible. Okay, and do it from shocking. Okay, take one of that big ass hits. Okay, you do one for me. All right. Good to catch you too, brother Marius. Totals. I thought it was clocks. Yeah. I was right, TV. I was right. It's like tick. Good night, Birdie. All right. I'm out of here, y'all. See you tomorrow.